Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to Off the Top Theories. Today we're going to be talking some more about the Batman. And let me start with, I know I'm wearing a Marvel shirt. Let's not talk about it. But this video is going to contain mild spoilers for the movie, so if you haven't seen it or if you don't want to be spoiled with anything, I would click away now and I'll give you a few seconds to do that. Alright, now that everybody's gone that doesn't want to be spoiled the movie, the Batman came out, and let me tell you, the story and the way that they portrayed the Riddler is almost identical to how they portray Heath Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight. And I said in my initial reaction yesterday that I believe that this movie is better than The Dark Knight, hands down. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about who is the better villain, who is the superior Batman villain, the Riddler by Paul Dano or the Joker played by Heath Ledger. Now let's start out by just talking about how the movie necessarily parallels The Dark Knight. I mean, if you look at the Riddler throughout this entire movie, he is very much a maniacal serial killer, just like Heath Ledger was in The Dark Knight. And he even does these little video calls on his phone. He posts it to social media. He's very in on the internet and everything. And he doesn't want to necessarily be like a hidden figure. He wants to be out there, just like the Joker did. He wanted everyone to know who he was. And to go more on the fact that they're very identical in the way that they portray the villain is they both get themselves caught to further the plot in the movie and to further their plan and their crimes and everything. Now, personally, I believe Paul Dano played his role to perfection. And when he was in the Arkham Asylum talking to Batman, that was the best scene in the movie for me because he's unmasked and it's the first time we see him besides the coffee shop unmasked, and he absolutely steals the show. And to even top that, I believe, the fact that he is able to be so maniacal and terrifying and honestly make you scared when he does have the mask on, I think that's even more impressive because you're not focusing on any facial features or facial, I guess, faces that he's making even because he has the mask on, but he's still that terrifying maniacal serial killer, and he scares you throughout the entire movie. Now, personally, I was not too familiar with Paul Dano's work before this movie, but he absolutely played the psychomaniac to absolute perfection. And I honestly and truly believe he's easily the best Riddler we've ever gotten. I mean, with the one that we had in the Gotham show, which I personally loved that portrayal of the Riddler, he was amazing, but nothing like this maniacal, very dark version that we got in this movie. Now, one last thing before I get on to Heath Ledger's Joker, I do believe that they revealed way too many of the Riddler's riddles in the trailers because there are very many people out there, like I'm sure you guys know the YouTube channel New Rockstars. They go into this so in depth and they completely decode them in less than a day, and we almost knew every single answer to all these riddles throughout the movie. So that's just the one little thing I think they should have kept from us in the movie and within the trailers. But other than that, I believe Paul Dano is the perfect Riddler, and I'm so excited to see more later on because as you guys know, if you saw the movie, at the end we get that little tease with him in the Arkham Asylum. He's talking to that unnamed Arkham prisoner who is credited as Barry Keoghan from Eternals Druid, and he is most definitely playing the Joker. And that gets me right into the best Joker, Heath Ledger. I am so excited to see how Matt Reeves depicts the Joker in this universe, but let's get right into the infamous, iconic Heath Ledger. And where do you even start? I mean, his laugh, the voice, the makeup, it's all done to perfection, and Christopher Nolan is very much to put to give credit for, but Heath Ledger, I mean, he brought the character to life in from interviews and everything from cast members, I mean, he was in character even offset. And, like, he just is so terrifying, yet hilarious. And as an iconic character comes iconic scenes. I mean, the pencil scene, the hospital blow up, of course. And I don't know if you guys know this, but that scene was actually improvised because they blew up an actual abandoned hospital. And I'll play the clip again in a second, but it actually did not blow up fully the first time. So Heath Ledger just improvised, like he was turning around, like, and starts hitting the button, and it finally blows up and goes boom. Heath Ledger's Joker, honestly, will always hold a special part in my heart and will forever be a iconic, phenomenal villain, not even just in DC. I mean, he is better than, honestly, most Marvel villains that we get or got in, like, phase 1 and phase 2. He's just phenomenal at his role, and it it almost makes me think, like, will it ever get better than this? Because Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, I believe, was really good, but he didn't live up to Heath Ledger. And I'm really hoping that Matt Reeves is able to do a good Joker, a really good Joker in this universe, but I just don't know if anyone will be able to like another Joker as much because of the fact that Heath Ledger's Joker was just so good. And that brings us to this. Paul Dano, like I keep saying, he played an amazing role in this movie. And first reactions, I'll have to see it multiple times, of course. But first reactions, I do believe this movie is better than The Dark Knight. But Heath Ledger will just always be the superior Batman villain in my eyes. And I honestly don't believe he'll ever be topped. But hey, this is just my opinion. I would love to hear your guys' opinions down below in the comments. And subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest videos.